Since the mineral discoveries of the 19th century, mines and their towns have been part of Australia's history, have been basic to her economy. But in recent years, major Australian discoveries have made a great impact on the world's mineral supply pattern. In the next few years, exports should more than double. Iron, bauxite, nickel, uranium, oil. High-grade deposits of world importance, whose discoveries have opened up isolated regions, created towns and ports, and established industries where professional men are involved in new and stimulating work which is vital to the growth of this country. Australia's mines are often part of group organizations where men of many professions, of differing skills and abilities, make their careers. As well as the engineers, experts in the commercial field, accountants, economists, administrators are essential to a mining organization. Minerals have become one of Australia's most important exports to a world whose demand for metals is increasing daily. A world where the application of advanced technology is changing industrial techniques, changing methods in the mineral industry where new ideas, new processes are continually developing.
But the search for fresh mines always continues as geologists work throughout Australia and in the nearby islands as well. Since 1947, more than 50 deposits of significance have been discovered. Operating from a ship which moves along the coastline of New Guinea, a team of geologists searches the rivers and streams of the unknown jungles for indications of mineralization. The helicopter has helped the geologists to become more mobile. Now journeys are made in a matter of minutes, which on foot could take days. Back on board, a chemist tests samples brought in from the changing locations, and geologists collate information and evaluate their work. Short excursions are still made by boat and on foot. A few of the old prospecting methods are still used today. If the streams reveal minerals, soil samples are taken from the ridges and spurs of the nearby hillsides. And when the region continues to give indications of a deposit, drilling becomes necessary to determine the extent and nature of the geologist's find. Other technicians may be brought to work on different aspects of the prospect, and the geologist's work will broaden as he is faced with administrative problems and has to accept the added responsibility which wider and deeper investigation brings. To
Today, there is great scope for the geologist as international organizations spend millions of dollars in their search for minerals. Drill rigs probe deep beneath the seabed searching for oil. Success has brought results of national importance. As one of the world's oldest land surfaces, the Australian continent holds unlimited possibilities for geological investigation. Often early minefields are reassessed in the light of new and more economical mining techniques to meet an increasing demand for metals. Mapping, collating, evaluating are all part of the geologist's work. Laboratories in numerous parts of Australia test samples sent from the varied and distant locations. Computers absorb and assess the myriad details of information gathered over many months by geologists, engineers, and economists. At head office, senior executives examine results and evaluate the feasibility of the various prospects. And when, as happened at Mount Tom Price in the Hamersleys, it was decided to start mining operations, young men go out to realize the finds of the geologists. In doing so, they will be pioneering industries and building towns and communities.
Bill, a mining engineer, has a many-sided job. He is one of those responsible for the smooth running of the mine, for the economic extraction of the ore, and its delivery on time to the port of Dampier, 182 miles away. Transport, the crushing plant, the complex of men and machinery are also the concern of the engineer, whose job is to help run a mine on a profitable basis. David is a mechanical engineer. He may be put in charge of the construction of a new part of the plant. In mining benches throughout Australia, there is an increasing variety of jobs for many kinds of engineers, as the trend towards larger and more sophisticated equipment grows. Administration is part of the work. Senior management can come from any of the engineering professions. Life at the mining towns, such as Tom Price, is pleasant and balanced. always a variety of sports to choose from, as well as the quieter forms of relaxation. Weekend never fails to bring a swinging party.
Continual expansion of established mines and the opening up of new ones create a need for an increasing number of skilled people. Civil, mechanical, electrical, chemical, metallurgical and mining engineers are just a few of the many professional men needed by Australia's rapidly growing mineral industry. Thousands of tons of iron ore go off to the coast each day. And as the world demand grows and the mine continues to expand, the tonnage will double. Much of the ore is loaded onto ships at Dampier. Some of the fines go to the plant nearby, where they are processed into pellets for markets which require standard grade feed for blast furnaces. This is a secondary industry newly established in the northwest of Australia.
Jim is a metallurgist, getting practical training and experience in one of Australia's most modern plants, where recent metallurgical techniques still new to this country are being used. Chemical engineers are also needed, wherever mineral ores are treated and refined. A great deal of the work of the metallurgist is done away from the plant, where results are evaluated, output studied. And the knowledge and judgment of the metallurgist are applied to improving methods, increasing efficiency, and maintaining the quality of the mineral product.
In spite of the dramatic discoveries of the last decade, many of the older mines, such as at Broken Hill, discovered almost a century ago, are still producing minerals to satisfy the growing world demand. Young geologists, surveyors, metallurgists and engineers of all kinds live and work together at Broken Hill, for the wide scope of the mineral industry demands many types of men. Situated in the harsh, dry inland, this old pioneering town has been made into a green and fertile place. Education of the children in such towns as Broken Hill is often better than in the large, overcrowded cities.
John is a mining engineer, Dick a geologist. And every morning their job takes them thousands of feet underground in the Zinc Corporation mine. In all mining operations, the geologist and engineer work together. For the grade and location of the ore body, determine the method of mining used. Many types of men come under the control and leadership of the mining engineer, who is responsible for the efficient operation of the mine and its safety. Afternoons are usually spent in the office, where engineers and geologists assess and plan their work. For each day presents new problems, fresh challenges in the extraction of the ore from thousands of feet beneath the surface. For the metallurgist and chemical engineer, the extraction of lead and zinc concentrates holds endless interest and stimulation. Since 1912, Australia has led the world in the processing of these ores. And today, the DAVCRA process is yet another new metallurgical development. The metallurgist is responsible for the quality and quantity of the mineral concentrates extracted from the ore. Today, computerized systems help him assess and control the processing techniques. Young men in mining organizations have facilities and time to further their studies to take extra degrees. Nearly every kind of sport is played in Broken Hill, for the wealth from the mines has helped to provide the town with first-class playing fields and clubhouses. Lakes make boating possible in this dry part of the inland. There are also sports grounds and swimming pools on the mine leases themselves. Repertory, music and painting groups provide for those interested in the arts.
Drills continue to reveal more details of the quality and direction of the ore body. Miners follow its path, extending the working area. Numerous engineers are needed by mines to attend to the wide range of equipment to supervise the installation of new and advanced machinery. The lead and zinc concentrates move off to Cockle Creek and Port Pirie for further processing. At the Cockle Creek plant, the modern imperial smelting furnace produces lead and zinc metal at the same time. Here, metallurgists and chemical engineers are in control, adjusting and evaluating, solving the many problems that the use of new techniques involves. Zinc, lead, aluminium, copper, nickel, gold, iron. Metals whose mining and processing are fast becoming Australia's major industry, where geologists, engineers, metallurgists, economists, accountants are just a few of the professional men needed. It's an industry where there is always travel and change, for Australia's many mineral interests are widely scattered over the continent. It's an industry always moving forward as new ideas evolve, new processes are invented. Each year, as millions of dollars are poured into research, promising ideas are put into practice in pilot plants, and men have the opportunity to try out and sometimes realize a significant process. The Walkra continuous smelting processes. The use of bacteria to accelerate the leaching of low-grade copper sulfide are just a couple of the latest ideas being researched. Young men visit other cities to attend conferences, to exchange ideas. Others go overseas to get more experience, while the more senior executives are often in other countries, negotiating contracts, seeking fresh markets for the ores. The mineral industry is of an international nature, with large companies from all over the world combining, bringing together the knowledge and skills of many disciplines for the common benefit. Today, the future of this industry is integrated with the scientific and engineering worlds, where remarkable discoveries are opening up new possibilities, setting new horizons. And for the young men who come into the mineral industry, their careers will be as challenging, their scope will be as wide as the future of international technology itself.